Hello, Bill here, and we're going to talk about guitars again today. What I want to talk about is how do we mic up a how do you mic up a guitar for recording, right? So I got my Telecaster and my Strat over here hanging on the wall. I got my mic all set up, and something I was researching was how do I set up the mic in the proper position? What microphones do I need to use? And you know what? There was a lot of answers online, but here's the thing: we're not all millionaires. We don't all make six figures. We all don't make enough money to spend on these expensive toys. So I will show you how to get decent quality out of relatively inexpensive gear. So I've got my Fender, Champion 100 here. It's a $350 guitar amp, right? So somewhat expensive, but if you have a guitar, all you need is a guitar, an amp. What really matters is as long as you like the sound, that is coming to your ears, you can capture that on an audio recording, as long as you have a decent microphone and some way of recording that decent microphone. And so for me, I have got a condenser microphone. So there's three types, right? I'm sorry, I don't have a condenser. I have a dynamic mic. There's condensers, there's ribbons, and there's dynamic microphones. Usually, to record electric guitar, you would use a dynamic mic like the Shure SM57, but a lot of times people will use a dynamic mic in its place. I have a cat here that really loves to explore my gear. In any case, to properly mic up your amp, if you have two speakers, especially, pick one out. Pick one out of the two speakers out. Don't hit something in the center. Don't hit the piece of wood that separates the two cabinets. What you need to do is figure out where the center of the cone of one speaker is and decide to set your mic there. So I have this boom stand here, which cost me. I bought it at a used guitar shop, but it was new for about $30. I feel like I got ripped off. In any case, what you do is you get a handy dandy flashlight, and you kind of, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. It sort of picks it up. You can see inside of my amp here inside the grill. You can see where the cone is, and you can see those little edges there. We're getting closer and closer and closer, and then there's the cone right there. And so what you want to do is, when you finally find it, you mark it with something. And so I had this little pin, this guy right here, and it just kind of fit in the grill cloth, and I stuck it in exactly where the cone was. That's not where the cone is, but I'm just using it as an example. You stick it in there, and then you can use gaffer's tape. That's even better. I didn't have any around. And then you position your microphone directly in front of the cone, and that will get you sort of a brighter sound. And you can experiment. Now that you know where the center of the speaker is. Now that you know where the center of the speaker is, you can experiment with moving the mic around, and that will give you different sounds. So as you can see here, I don't have an expensive dynamic microphone, right? It's a cheap $30 thing, but it picks up sound really well. I mean, I'm not recording for platinum selling artists. This is for me, and it does a damn good job of picking up the sound. So I have this thing centered right in the center of my speaker, so it's going to get the brightest sound, sort of the harshest sound. For a warmer tone, you sort of move it outwards, about an inch away from the cone. You start to get, the farther out from the cone you get, the warmer the sound you get, and the farther in toward the center, the crunchier and more brighter the sound becomes. And so that's all you really need is a flashlight, and you just kind of shine it into the grill cloth so you can see through it, just figure out where the cone is. So I think that I think this is picking it up. So you can see here, I have found the speaker cone, and if I move the flashlight around, you can see that where that stops, and then right here, that's nothing. This is a piece of wood right here. That's a piece of wood that separates the two speakers. And so here on this one, the speakers aren't identically placed. So if you think, oh, okay, they're going to be exactly spaced apart, you're wrong. It's actually further down on the other one. So if you have a combo amp with two speakers in it, like this one is two 12-inch speakers, the speakers are not lined up perfectly next to each other. So find out where the cone is, where the exact center of the cone is, line up your mic right there, and then from there experiment and see what sounds best. From there, I mean, that's how to place your microphone for us people who don't have a lot of money to spare. From there, you can get one of these inputs, right? One of these, oh God, I forgot what exactly they are, but basically it's a line in. It's an outboard mixer. This is just basically a single, a single track mixer. It has a USB interface. That's what it's called, an audio interface. You get an audio interface, and mine has just enough for every type of recording I would want to do. So I can have a 1/8 inch. If my mic has a 1/8 inch jack, I would plug it in here. If it had a 1/4 inch jack, I'd plug it in here. I could also plug guitars directly in here and run it through GarageBand or Logic or whatever. And I could also plug in an XLR microphone cable into this space too. It does double duty. I'm not going to go on about how exactly this works, but you go ahead and plug it into the USB, here, and you open up Logic or GarageBand or whatever, plug your microphone's cable into it, and bam, you've got decent recording. And so I just keep the boom centered on here at all times. Just today I got a stand for my amp, so that the amp isn't on the floor, so it's actually like facing me while I'm playing, so I can actually hear what I'm playing. Anyway, that's how to place your microphone. That's how to figure out where inside of the speaker cab your speakers are, how to find the center of it, and then how to place your mic in it. If you can, most people use, like I said, a condenser microphone. Dynamic mic would be second choice. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day.